Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, pool fans around the world. Thank you for tuning in to the 2024 Derby City Classic. We've got a beautiful crowd here tonight. Thank you all that are here in attendance and all of you for tuning in online. We have to thank Diamond Billiard Products for bringing us this glorious event, America's favorite pool tournament in the country, as well as the Player's Choice. So thank you very much to Diamond Billiards Product for this very special 25th event right here, the Derby City Classic All-Around Billiards Championship. That could not have been made possible without the help of our sponsors, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Balls, ACCUSTATS Video Productions, of course, for bringing it to you, and all the side table action by digitalpool.com, as well as Master Chalk and the AccuRack by Outsville. Not to forget those running the show with these crazy 400 and 500 player fields, Bad Boy Productions. Let's give it up for the crew here and all of you one more time. I love this crowd. And the #1 crowd in America as well. I love it. We can feel the energy. It's been a long road. 403 players, now down to the final 2, and this is it, the final rack. Without further ado, first up, coming to us from Russia with love, but now residing here in the USA to claim as our own, waving our flag, the defending 9-ball banks for Derby City here last year, defending 9-ball champion, and defending all-around champion, sponsored by 60 and Diamond Billiards, whatever you want to call them, the ghost, the robot, the phenom. It is Fedor Gorst. And of course, his opponent, now on level ground in this final rack, coming to us from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 2-time Derby City Classic 1-pocket champion, 4-time Derby City Classic 9-ball champion, 2-time Derby City all-around champion, sponsored by VNEA, How Tips, Q-Tech, and Rason, the South Dakota Kid, Captain America, Shane Van Boening. All right, gentlemen, good luck, lag for first break. This is the final rack of this event. Good luck to both of you. Our official timekeeper is John Dawson, and I'm going to send it up to the commentator booth at this time to Mark Wilson and Jeremy Jones. Take it away, gentlemen.
Hello and welcome, pool fans. World-class pool demands world-class analysis, and for that, we have Jeremy Jones providing his insights. My name is Mark Wilson. Glad to have you alongside Jeremy. Give us something to look forward to in this one.
Yeah, well, we saw a lot in the first match between these two just moments ago. Fedor had the buyback, and you can see he was beaten. Now it's just, again, like Ed said, one match to settle things and really move forward in this all-around. Hang another banner after this match is over, but it should be a good one. I think Fedor's going to be a little more focused. I think he lost his focus on a couple shots, which is very rare. But the one thing that surprised me is Shane ended up quite short with the lag in the first match. And then again, almost identical, just barely getting the cue ball to the head string. Really good break here. You always want that cue ball up if you can, past the middle diamond. Near the rail would be better, but that's hard on a slick table. So you'll see what is an easy escape. But the good thing about the break is Fedor shouldn't have much worry for several innings the way these balls broke, meaning Shane can't be any kind of aggressive.
Nice hit. Nice hit. Boy, just feather that ball.
Yeah. Now, do you want to move the 3 a little bit if you feather it and go in the stack? I prefer just to take the immediate foul and leave the 3. But, you know, that's kind of preference, really.
Yeah, right.
And you really never miss your mark with the cue ball. Not saying he will here, but that's the thing about going behind the ball. If you're Shane or someone getting out of the break a little bit, normally they'll have to clip a ball a little bit away from them to put you in a stack or take the foul. So here he's got to just drift this, right, past the 3.
This isn't fun at all. He's just taking the foul lagging, you're saying.
Yeah, I think he can hit high above the pocket with no worry and go to the rail. Don't try to go 2 behind the 3. That, ooh, he did.
He Tried to do it. Almost a successful shot. Not quite at the foul.
Yeah, but he kept him from getting him really buried in the stack, I think, which was half the battle there for Shane.
Yeah, very good shot. Taking away that option. Well, maybe not. Maybe he can get to the 13, and that's dangerous too because they can easily move the 2. Okay.
That's the one, yeah.
Oof, another good shot.
Yeah, well, Shane's going to probably have to play something similar. Most likely would be on 2 fouls if he did play it similar. Hard to get that hit on the 3. I like just going the rail more myself, but hate to sell out, just rolling the cue ball.
That's just how good that the break and the Federer's secondary shot were. They got Shane in the spot where he may have to take a second foul. Uh-oh, doom.
That's what I'm saying. I would just roll to the rail. I mean, I understand what he's trying to do, but you're not protecting much, right? You don't have anything on your side or anything like that. So I really think the shot was just a roll to a little below the 15 to the cushion.
Well, Shane is now on 2 fouls. That could come into play if something was to happen and go awry. Rarely do you ever see a 3 foul rule in the one pocket.
Yeah, I think it's depends on how comfortable he is. I mean, it's probably the 6-3, 15 he may come across on the 5 and then open the pile from there. The pile's not that great to open except for the 13 and the 10. That's a nice little angle those 2 are connected on. You could push the 13. So I think a little stun here to the 3. Then he can roll up, play an angle. Now he could play an angle on the 15 to come across and rub the stack while getting on the 5. A little dangerous, but
looks like he might be going into him here. No, not lightly. Okay.
It's.
Well, I think maybe not.
I like the 5 to break the pile. I really think coming straight off the 5, if you hit any on the good side of the 13 is going to push off the 10. So ignore the 1. Don't even worry about the 1 ball. That's an extra ball, but that one's not getting you out. And he's got perfect here. You want plenty of angle. Yeah, I think the 13 opens here. Another thing about the 1, if you think, you're not going to get all the way out, right? Well, the 1 keeps Shane from being able to go up table. Say the run's over with, right? And Shane's down 5-0 or something like that. He's trying to go up table and put pressure, but can't do that with the 1 ball there. I think this is really set up perfect. I just think just a touch of outside English, maybe a quarter tip.
He's just hit half the 13 ball on the side of the table that he's hitting it on. Like that. Look out, cue ball.
Yeah.
That helped.
And I think he was a little worried. That's why he went in there kind of light. You saw the cue ball kiss off the stack and go a little towards the side. So,
a couple bank options here. If he can't get the 13 next, he can draw back and bank for the 14. Just stick the cue ball.
Yeah. There's a combo on the 11-4 maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, this might be. He's looking at it.
He can come and get on the 13, but he knows that probably ends his run. Still not terrible. What would that put him on, 5 or 6? That would put him on 6. So better to get to that 6 than maybe a question mark on the 11-4.
Yeah.
It looks like high inside and not even much inside would get him 2 rails around.
To get the 13, you're saying?
Yeah. And the 13's not terrible either because you're going to go into him, move a few balls up.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to protect pretty easy, maybe get a long rail bank. And that's what I was talking about, that break, right? That break, obviously it wasn't hard for Shane to get out of the first shot. But when you break well like that, the good thing about it is Federer's never going to have pressure. It's going to take many, many innings before Shane could apply any kind of pressure. So And that is one area I think the game has evolved immensely. Of course, the run-out part of it is a big factor in today's one pocket.
Yeah.
But the shot after the break, to me, has become much more vast. Maybe the equipment allows for that. But, you know, guys like Tony Shohan and Scott Frost, they really showed us a lot of power shots after the break.
We've learned a lot,
Yeah.
you know, creativity like this.
This is how touchy the situation was. Not a shot you shoot very often in
Right.
one pocket.
Right.
Well, I think Shane is trying to do something with the 2. He's going to bank the 8. Doesn't really, maybe it goes, but where are you going with the cue ball? Oh, he's trying to sweep it into the 1. I don't think he's going for the pocket, really.
Stayed
he
still.
is.
Stayed still. Oh, nice hit. Wow.
Look at the cue
Okay.
ball.
I was just watching his head. I just wanted to see if he'd flinch at it because the previous time he had a similar type shot, and he did move a little bit.
He was pretty motivated on that one here in
Yes.
game 1 of the
Yeah,
final,
there's
I
a
tell
good
you.
look. There's a good look at how still he was right there.
Yeah, and you know, people don't realize how good a hit that is, to hit it with outside and
Yeah.
still make it spread.
He's looking at, you know, can he throw that object ball in there, the 10 ball? But I don't think so. I think it's too far off.
Yeah.
He wants to do something productive. He doesn't want to just get 2 balls and then go into a defensive battle.
Well, does he have enough angle to come 1 rail across between the 13-1? I thought he did.
We know he has extreme cue power.
Could get above, though, like here's. Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Beautiful.
okay. Well, I was right on the line. Looked like he was going to hit the 13 a little heavier.
Yeah. Early in the shot, as it was developing, it looked like it was going at the 13. Then the topspin hooked it just a little bit.
Little decisions here, because he can play the 13 to get an angle to go into the balls and then try to maybe spin 3 rails, maybe a little outside to come 1 rail once he edges the 10.
Yeah, well, this is that interesting. He's got to make a decision, then he has to fulfill the execution of this shot and the next one.
Yeah, I think he can get maybe just right to where he can go by the 10. That's not it. But here, he's hitting the 10 thin enough. He may be able to just go with a high ball, maybe a hair left, and still get above the balls after he opens it. It's a little too thin to go inside for me and try and wrap the cue ball around like a straight pull.
But sometimes you get a bank from this, too. when you
Absolutely.
don't. Okay, nothing open there. Yeah. Ugly. But he's got a 1 railer on the 10 if he wants.
Now, Shane did owe 2 balls, so no reason to panic for Gorst. What he's trying to figure out, do I want to draw this and try and stab it? You know, try and score 1 and then end the run, or do I want to roll it and go over by the 7 with the cue ball? Maybe he's a little thin for that. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing, a high ball. Is he coming across the pile, the balls that are spotting, trying to get a snooker?
The problem with that is if he doesn't use those balls, if he doesn't hit it perfect, then when it creeps, oh boy.
Big trouble.
Worst case scenario. I was going to say if it comes up the rail a little bit, then you saw it the cross corner from down here.
Yeah, that's why I thought he might hit high outside right there, since 2 balls are spotting and come across, below the side, yeah? And try and use the stack as a blocker. Now this 10's no gimme. So there's no gimme any way he wants to shoot it, really.
Right,
either,
right. But the 10 doesn't lead to much is the problem.
Yeah. I don't think he really wants to try and open the pile. You don't want to roll it, sell out across corner. I think he wants to shoot it, maybe stun, draw across below the stack and get a bank on the 7, maybe, playing for 3.
I think he can float it in there because the worst he's going to hit is hang it.
Yeah,
it's
you'd
gonna
think
come
that,
out.
but
Yeah.
I remember last match, we had a couple shots from him that were off by some piece. So rolling it could sell out across corner. You don't figure.
Looks like he's powering. Yep. He's shooting the ball in.
Yeah, a little
Got position on the 7.
yeah, proper. You know, you don't want to roll it, right? Because then you got to cut it a bit, and you could be off your mark catching the 2, and then the 7 goes towards. So, I mean, I don't think he dead rolls it, is what I mean. I think he gives it a decent chance of going here. All right. Whew. He's got to almost swerve into this a bit to beat the kiss with left English. That's the good thing about the left. It will create a little deflection going to the right, then come back. So, ooh, a high ball though. I like middle. Ooh, yeah, he needed left English to avoid the kiss.
But then you're going into the stack. That's the problem with that.
Yeah, you may slide by the stack, but even if it's not the worst thing in the world, the stack is not, especially 6-2 deficit here.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he wasn't really trying to make it. He was just trying to get it over. All right. Gorst may play this very passively and just cut the 2 down and put it in the middle of the table and come back over. Hate to open the pack here. He's got to be chipping on the 13 here, right, Mark? Or is it the 8?
Well, has to be mindful that he didn't
Smart
want to
shot.
sell out of the bank. That was good.
Shot.
Yeah.
Minimal movement of those 5-6
Yeah.
balls there.
Yeah. Last thing you want to do is open them up towards Shane's pocket.
Yeah, well, you don't get this far, of course, without playing great, but also processing percentages. So if something leaked out there, even though it may be a real tough, difficult cross corner, Shane may go for it considering the score. So can he get to the right of the 11? If he could get to the right of the 11, I might challenge him here from the end rail and rub that across the stack a little bit, the 11, and go up table.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I think it's just a hair high. He'd have to really back cut it, and then the cue ball is going to be hot because when you come across there, it always wants to climb.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can get into that stack that way, and you may sell out a cross-corner bank doing this.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the other choice is so passive that you may have to just chance selling out a cross-corner bank. Or you can just make sure you don't leave it on this rail. Yeah, so he was able.
Put a little
Inside spin.
inside.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
yeah, he's just trying to apply a little pressure.
He's got a ton done. He's got the balls open. He's got a couple balls on his side. And it was a real effective shot. And you notice he didn't roll into the 2, but rather stun with inside spin and control. There's a lot happening on that shot.
Yeah, what he's trying to produce is just some kind of shot to get in and maybe steal this game. So it won't be a sellout here, nothing obvious. It'll be maybe a long railer that he gives up to where Shane can swing the cue ball or maybe put a little pressure. I'd lightly cross the 13 over. As long as there wasn't no kiss, I'd love to cross the 13 over here and put it on Shane's side and cover the bank alley up for a shot or two. He's going to stun it, so watch out for Shane. Like here even, right? Okay, that's great. That ball got on the side, but Shane's going to be looking for some. Oh, he's not taking any. I'm surprised he didn't consider the 11 going 3 rails for shape on the 7 right there. He had a nice natural angle to bank the 11 and carry the cue ball 3 cushions. All right, he doesn't have to come back if he doesn't want. He can. Nice.
Yeah, now the 3 rails around doesn't work very good.
No protection. No shape either. I thought for sure he'd shoot that, though. Trying to hold and hide the 7. Very good. But again, Fedor doesn't mind this too much with a big lead. He could move both the 4 and the 8 here with a high ball. Just thin the 4 and go off the bottom of the 8. It'll come back to the end rail.
I think he wanted more control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you know that shot, you can control it pretty decent usually. Like you get a good feel for it. But no reason to take any chances. So. I'm surprised he's not coming off the 8 here, but it's okay. He's just going to keep it real tight. But the thing is, Shane will be able to move more balls away from his own side onto his when you shoot it like this.
Pretty easily.
Yeah, a lot of control, like you said. He's not digging on this? Oh, he's not moving it much. Why is he not moving the 8?
No, I think it's going to move more than you think. I think he's going to get it on his half. I don't think he's just rubbing it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't want to move it totally out of play, though. Seven's a little touchy.
Mm-hmm. No, he did a good job here.
Ooh, he's coming across it. So he's going to try and straighten the cue ball out off the second rail like that. Speed was pretty good.
And that's how touchy it was because it did miss that secondary kiss on the 7 by much.
Yeah, a little fortunate, though, really. I mean, because if the 7 didn't get exactly there, Shane is banking this 11 and stunning over.
Yeah.
He got right in the way.
It's one of those things that you have to take some chances with these guys. You can't just play a weak, passive game and expect to get enough turns.
Yeah. I guess he's going to run off the 13, maybe moving the 13-12. Go 2 rails between the 8 and 4. All right, is he going through these 2 balls? Dangerous against Fedor Gorst, who banks so well. Oh, he played the bank. Tricky.
Nifty.
Yeah.
Well designed, well executed.
And he's behind, so he had to create a little bit. He's giving up a cross corner that plays real nice, but that's part of it.
But it could have turned out even better, and it turned out pretty darn good.
Could have made it. Possibly.
Sometimes you have to give a little to get a little, I guess.
That's right.
You're
You're
right.
absolutely right about
You can't
that,
just
Mark.
lock him down every time.
Well, yeah, you're behind.
Oh, overcut it by a mile. Now
Now he
I
can
don't
bank
know.
one and get below the 13.
I
Can he bank the 11 and get
I
below the
almost think
13?
he might have the 13. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. No, he's not looking at it.
Yeah, he wants to play shape
Boy.
on that thing.
If Gorst could have got or if Shane could have got the 13 from here, that would have been ideal.
Yeah. The 11 must not be any good to be able to get below the 13, or else he would be shooting that for sure, I think. The 7's a little too steep to cut it and draw it to the side rail while banking it in. Both of them are just off an inch, but I would go through the 11 like this if I had to. He's looking at a double up. Maybe trying to knock the 8 in, drag the cue ball behind the 4, maybe. I don't know. I do like him surveying, though, because he's got a chance here to get back in this game one way or another, whether it be the 8, the 11. I think he's got to do something here. The thing is, he just doesn't want to play the double up on the 4, 11, 13. He wants to make sure he gets a little shape on something if he buries this. Yeah, he's going to serve up 2 of them if the 8 doesn't freeze. Yeah. It's another reason why I like the 11 a little more, Mark, is even though if you have to follow straight through it, I think it's a little more makeable than that 8 ball was. You know, predictable.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, even though you got to
No
power
doubt.
through it a little bit and there's no pocket speed involved. I think
Floating any kind of bank from past the center of the table You know it's very vulnerable now.
Yeah, it can dive on you pretty easily. Got a little angle, but I don't think he moves the ball here much. He just stays for the 8. Not wanting to roll it, so it'll be more stun. Little draw.
Might have moved it a little bit too much. Nope.
I think he can do it. Well, I always thought this is very bankable. On a diamond especially, it seems like you can cut it and really not have to hit it very hard and still straighten it out. Gonna kick underneath this. Just lay the cue ball underneath the 8.
Yeah, so it definitely doesn't bank, or he'd be shooting at it. Would be game ball.
You know, SVB's got to go at something. Wow, he's not looking. I'd have to look at the 12 and see what that does as far as going into the 2 with the cue ball. All right, he's going to play the 2 down, trying to lay the cue ball maybe a hair behind the 4, like that, trying to protect the 2. And again, these balls are in play still for the most part, so he's just trying to get one shot to really bury and get back in it.
Oh yeah, if he could run 4 balls here, he'd be 7-6 behind and maybe get a ball down by his pocket.
Yeah, watch out for giving up the 2-reeler here. Yeah, I like straight down the middle of the table. That's more proper as far as not giving, and it's odder to play off of as far as Shane. It's not easy to clip off the 7 here. It's not easy to do much. If you put it over on the side rail, like a lot of people do because they want it more on their side, now it's very easy for him to play through, clip it, maybe get the cue ball in a good spot. Now the 4-7's a double up. Can he bank the 11, go the rail, and drop behind the 4? That's probably the shot. I think it's there as well.
And it's got some risk to it because if you overrun the mark there or underrun it.
Yeah.
But you got to get back in this game and you're down table.
Yeah, and it's really natural as well. He's not seeing it at the moment. And the thing is, most likely you don't make the 11 anyways. So just play all rock. You're going to get the 11 somewhat down here. Now he's chipping off the 7.
I'm just going to try to maybe let the cue ball drift to the end rail.
Yeah. He was sweating it big time because remember that ball that rolled off on him, he felt like in match number 1. And he scratched with a big lead.
Now here, he's did a pretty good job here. It's not easy to get the cue ball over by Van Boening's pocket from here. And so, Gorst is going to have to work a little extra hard or risk selling out something that Shane can get a ball by his pocket from.
Yeah, I just, all these banks look very available, so you got to concentrate. If you can't get where you're talking about, is make sure you put them on the rail. Like you could clip the 8, right, and spin one rail down. It's not terrible.
But you're still going to be, leaving the cue ball in the middle of the table from there if you go off.
No, I agree, but you might not be able to get to where you're talking about,
Right.
So the emphasis to me is on the rail. Okay, trying to get a ball over. Cue ball's going to be up a little bit. Can he get at the 8? I don't know. He may want to try and bury the 11 and then cut the 2 to get behind balls. I don't know. He's got a low angle on the 11 where I think he can stun over near the 12. He's got to look at the 8 as well. He can kind of throw it with a lot of English. I don't think he holds for the 12, but he might get a cut on the 11 here, Mark, if he makes it. Oh, he hit straight ball. Yeah, what's the shot here? I know he can see the 2, but do you really want to bet that?
Mm-hmm.
These balls are open.
Yeah. Interesting here. I think Gorst might be able to pinch bank the 2 And, but you're also going to give up control of the table if you don't score this ball. In terms of Shane's going to be getting balls going towards his pocket now. Yep. And Gorst intentionally made sure he didn't miss short. That was pretty heady there, leaving the cue ball right where it's at.
And he didn't want these balls to get fooled with much. I mean, being way behind, these are okay. Two rail to 4 probably. A little cut here. Bring it over on his side.
First rack of set number 2. This is the final match. 0-0 is our score. Gorst needs a ball.
I'm sorry, Justin Lazaro and Chris Steele. He's going to the tournament, does?
Wow, he's looking at this bank? That's surprising to me. Where's he going with the cue ball? He's going to follow. Man, he could catch a piece of the 8 here. Oh, what a stroke.
Man, what a shot that was.
Great stroke.
High quality effort. Well, we know Shane's going on the 12 here for sure.
I think he can just do it with straight high ball. Doesn't need any side spin, I don't think. Anyway.
He might use the side spin to try to get a little bit more angle here on a little better position. Did he? Yeah, had some inside spin. Big time shot here. He's looking at maybe drawing back. And realizes how many offensive opportunities am I going to really get here. So maybe I got to try to maximize this and not just try to bury the 11, but get position on the 8. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate the audience recognizing that was a great shot. Well, I think he's just going to have to play position for either the 2 or the 7 bank and just take that.
Tell you, if he can get straight in on the bank on the 7, he can hold to cut the 2 as well and go back and forth on the 4. It could get out here. He gets dead straight on the bank where he can, right about there. If he can hold his ball, I think he can.
Oh, you think the 2 goes? I thought he got too wide. Okay, well, if he can.
Yeah. He'd love the cue ball, a cue balls with less coming across.
Yeah.
But I think it does hold. Now here it holds nicer, lighter than it does with harder speed.
That part's amazing. Look how much it held. Look at almost 3/4 of a diamond. We're thinking it might not be able to hold it enough.
Well, it's just like anything else. You give the time, the English to work, basically, is all it is. And when the ball's close to the rail, it needs that time because it gets there quickly,
Yeah. Now, Shane's disappointed, but he did a lot of good work there. He's back in the game now.
Probably a little shocked at how much that did tighten up.
Gorst wants to make a quality pass at this one.
Yeah,
He butchered
cue ball
it.
scratch.
He butchered it.
Scratch.
No. I'm just saying, I could see when it left.
Did he
What
let up
happened
on
there?
the stroke a little
Yeah,
bit?
maybe a little
The
bit.
ball acted like he let up.
Well, in any event, it never looked good. I thought for sure it was going to get close. Didn't you?
The cue ball or the object
No,
ball?
the object
Oh,
ball.
yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to at least get close, and Shane would be fortunate to escape it, let alone.
Well, I was very surprised that I thought he'd give it more effort with speed, like more confident, kind of like I don't want to say confident, that ain't the right word, but just, you know, you're just going to make it at a higher percentage with a little more speed. That's all. All right. Looks like he's sweeping the 2-ball out as he makes this ball. Don't have to kill it. A lot of speed on it.
Well, we got a battle now. Of course, there's no longer needing just one. Van Boening needs 3. This may cross corner. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's the type that you can get the turn on the ball without English.
Well, and Gorst hits this shot really good.
Straight high ball, I think. Now, if he hits right, I don't think he makes it on this table. So if he tries to really protect the cue ball away from the 7-4, I like going right at the 4 with the cue ball. Oh, he did put it right. Watch it come up right at the end here. Just right. It held its line pretty good, actually.
You know, Shane has an option here. He could try to follow this in.
Definitely. Or try to get it out, but don't just concede it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, Shane didn't want to fool with that.
Boy, how good of a hit that was just to follow that ball.
Oh, yeah. He even introduced a little bit of right English in case he slightly mishit it to help it kind of walk the ear of the pocket into the scratch.
Well, I'll tell you, I got to hand it to all these players, you know, especially the ones that made the deep runs, because if you've ever played one pocket in a competitive manner like this, especially tournament where you're always stressing a little more, I can play 5-6 matches of 9-ball and feel pretty good. But I can play 2 of these types of matches and I'll be exhausted just because the stress and you're thinking all the time.
Yeah.
You're wondering what your opponent's going to do to you. Okay, you could play the 10 into the rail and then let it bank off the 14 back. A lot of people always look straight into the ball, right? Off the 14.
Well, Shane's going on the bank here, I think. He's just going all out to make this bank.
And get below the 14, I
Yep.
guess?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
What kind of tip position is he using?
'Cause that 10 didn't get up all that high. It's only a diamond and a half up from the end rail. No, short. He clipped that ball and doom. But it takes, he had a big chance there to possibly get some real damage inflicted. So I can't fault him for that.
Yeah, I was just worried about the cue ball path. That's why I was asking what tip position he had.
Well, when he hit it heavy, that's what led him to the 2. He banged
was he
2.
trying to go around the
Yes,
2,
he
I
was.
guess?
Yes, he
okay.
was, yeah.
That was tight. All right. Pretty natural here to get on the 10.
Yeah, it makes it play real comfortable for you. Just roll the 14 in, you have position. Still has to make a good hit there, though. No problem for him.
No problem.
Okay, tough fight in that opening rack here. And only will be breaking here in game number 2.
And that's what I see from both the guys. I mean, know them pretty well, of course. But I definitely see, like, they're giving it their all, knowing they're a little beat, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like I said, it's so impressive by all these players that, of course, this is our second of the 3 main events.
A real good break there.
Yeah. Now, if he can shoot through the 15 with high left, he may be able to get a path to go by the 5 and to the rail and spin up behind the 3. I don't think there's a kiss there. The angle on the 15 is not great, though.
And it's funny, these guys make that hit a lot of times. It just looks so natural. Then you try it in your game, you butcher it. You're thinking, what the heck's going on here? This is supposed to just automatically go over there.
Yeah, this is a tough one because the low rail's open as well, and that's always dangerous. So there's a bit of some other shots there. I don't think he can two-rail the 15 to the back of the 3 and swing the cue ball. I don't think that's there, really. I think he's just got to barely miss the kiss here. Right below the 5, I think. Oh, he's stunned. He's not going to get there. And see, again, to me, that's a little fatigue overall. A little worry, of course, and it was no hanger.
Oh, it was ugly for all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Shing laid down a good break there where you're going to have to make an incredible shot to escape. And Gorst is certainly capable of making the incredible shot, or it could have turned out better, but anyway, here we are. So Shane's going to extract maximum value here.
Yeah, 11's not great, but it's
Nope.
not terrible. You could produce something off the 4, but the 10 is kind of hampering you. So probably comes off the 3 rails to the 15, maybe.
Okay, one this thin. Got that.
That's the one. You need a high ball angle on the 11. Not as much draw, I think.
I wondered if he would go to the 15 first.
Let's kill it here, right? Annie?
Yeah, I think he can hold it all right.
Yeah.
This got a little weird because you hate to muscle up on this. It's like that spot shot. You can hit it pretty good, and the pocket won't accept it if you're just slightly off, and you're consumed with this pack. If you can thread the cue ball between the 4 and the 10, good things can happen, especially if you have that effective backspin where it starts to work on those balls. Oh, he tried to do it lighter than that.
He didn't want to get trapped.
Okay.
That's what, because if you stun.
No, I'm saying that
Yeah, I
effectively
understand.
bounce ahead and then work its way back, but then, you're taking a chance of missing the ball doing that too. Okay, so now it's kind of like you got 4. Where can you go where you don't give up much position? You're not going to score from here. That's out. He's looking at maybe passing the 14 and then bringing the cue ball all the way down table.
Might be your safest position, really, besides just following through the 14.
And just bank the 14 into the 5 here with a little bit of pace. Get the cue ball all the way down. See if you can't open something up on your side. Hit the 5, the 1. Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, cue ball.
Oh, very good with the cue ball. Yeah, all the way around. Great shot. Yeah, that keeps the heat on Gorst for sure.
Yeah. Can he hit the one thick enough to kind of 2-rail it at the 8 with a high right ball and go between the 8 and 5, 2 rails?
Yeah, pretty good.
Up
pretty
into
good.
the corner.
I don't know if we can grab the overhead here real quick, but if we can, Jeremy's saying here, and here with the 1.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, the cue ball is going here.
And back up table, exactly.
Down here.
It looks pretty natural, and that's what you want to pick out from here, unless you're just softly ducking. But if you don't want to see how he's elevating, ain't nothing natural about that.
No.
So,
he might be trying to bank this into the 5 then.
No, 3-rail. He's going 3-rail. He's trying to bury it.
Oh, if you miss-hit this. Oh, he didn't miss it.
He made it.
Golly, how good did he hit it?
Yeah, but it takes that type of hit, and the speed needs to be good also.
Yeah. Hell, John Smith said if you get up in the air like that, he knows he can beat you. But I don't know if he feels that way with Gorst. But for mere mortals, it's true.
Yeah, and to John's point, he wants to keep you up in the air no matter who you are. But anytime, he hit that really well. But anytime you're on the end rail, maybe my shot wasn't the shot, who knows? But you want to pick out something natural you can just roll across, even if you're being aggressive. Ooh, he opened up the 6. Does the 6 bank? I think he overhit the 5 here.
No, I think it definitely banks.
Well, he overhit the 5 big time.
We'll be able to tell momentarily. I don't know. Maybe.
I thought it stiff banked easily. Actually.
Well, but I think he's thinking about,
Selling out.
no, the position, if he can get any position with it. And maybe the selling out part of it, too, because he's going to have to draw back, say, perhaps.
All right, he might not like it. He's clipping them, putting them behind the 5. The problem is you got to watch it because the 5 banks also. If you don't get them up on the ball, you know, the 5 I think may bank also.
Good job there. Yeah, it's real interesting. Here's Shane that had 4 balls, and now he's going to take an intentional foul here, maybe. So it's not a big lead when the balls are like this either.
Can you get into the pile 3 rails? I might have looked at that, but that's a dangerous stack. It's not sitting very well. Well, Shane's going to have to. He did make a good hit there, right? He's got an 0-1, yeah. And Gorst has got to be careful here if he's coming behind the 5.
And you just hate keep pushing balls his way, even if it's just fractionally, because it does open up bank possibilities.
Well,
Pretty good. Not bad, not bad.
no, he did pretty good, really. I mean, you know.
The 5 banks, though, I mean.
Yeah, it's a lot of cut. It's
It
real
is.
hard to get the cue ball safe.
Right.
But I was just thinking if you get him head on, he might steal a ball from you right there, you know, just get a bank and then move from there.
Yeah, of course, did pretty good here. Imagine having the lead and maybe being forced to play a distasteful bank on the 5 that you know leads to bad things if you miss it.
Yeah, well, he went backwards on 1. He, you know, if he's really trying to protect the 5, he's got a foul here. He's got to take another foul. I probably just 2-rail the 5 out of there in between the 6 and 1 and follow towards Gorst's hole. That 5 is causing Shane problems also. You know, he's got to protect not giving up a bank with not much on his side.
Maybe you can go super inside spin and go into the stacks with this bank, though, and not blast it, you know, but smooth it in there where you don't necessarily sell out, especially if you get to the 14.
He's trying to get nice and calm and lay behind the stack. Oh, no, he went up table.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine how good his shot was where you're forced to play a distasteful bank, you know, with the lead.
Yeah, he was trying to bury that one to get at that 1-ball bank.
The idea was good. Shane's body language, not good.
Yeah, exactly. After losing game 1. Won the first 2 in our first set before losing the 3rd game, was it? I think he did lose the 3rd and then won the set. Okay. Do you do more trying to get over with the cue ball, or you just take this as it is and lay underneath the 5?
Hey, you hate to go in, I mean, moving the cue ball a long ways without any assurance that you're going to get anything doing it. Okay, he hit it a little bit heavy, picked up this nice angle to bank the 5.
What's the 14 off the 6 look like?
Yeah.
It's like if he banked the 5 back at the pile, you know. But the thing is, there's too much loose, or too many, like the 11s there that gives up a bank. You know, there's too many things that could go wrong, and you really can't bury the cue ball anywhere. So he's just going to try and knock this in. Does he need speed on this, Mark? The way the table's playing? Does it need a little twist?
I don't think it floats.
Yeah, you see him hitting down. That means he's trying to get some left on it.
He overdid it here.
Oh, he left the 11 maybe. I don't know. This could be problems if he can get one close to the pocket. 8-10's not bad either. 8-10 you can hit into the pile.
Yeah. And then just put the cue ball up in the corner pocket, all the way down table, right?
He's going to try and throw the 10.
Oh, you think it throws enough?
It'll throw a lot. Yeah, it'll twist a lot. Oh, he hit it with a lot of speed.
Yeah, I thought so. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
That
Oof.
surprising he hit it at that much speed.
Cannot leave Gorst this.
No, that's motivation there, Mark. High ball. I don't know. I think he's got to stun it a bit to get by the 7.
Gorst is sizing this one up. Went ahead and used his 1-game extension.
That's what I say. I really think there's a little fatigue with these guys, which is totally understandable. And I think it makes sense why he's really taking his time here.
Going to level out. Knows that there's a risk here, but much higher accuracy rate comes with that. And I think he got there.
Yeah, he got there great. Knocked the 4 open for a bank. Well, he's looking to open the balls, maybe. I mean, he's got angle, so he can open them. But anytime you don't have a ton of angle, you're hitting this top English ball, you could stick a little bit into another ball. It's weird how it works.
Once again, he's going to try to hit lightly on the 14 ball, but if he errs, he needs to come on the 12 ball side of the 14 because he still has banks. He doesn't have to go hard. If anything, even slightly dislodged, just slightly. Doesn't have to do that either. You know, there's other shots here he can play.
He's doing it. So the ball arc a little bit, makes it stick a little to the ball.
I don't think he's going. Oh, he did go with power.
Oh, hit a beautiful.
Wow, what a nice hit.
Split the 12-13, perfect.
Well, there you go.
And again, as much as, you know, we talk about those guys are at the table, that kind of shot is really about those guys being at the table, feeling where that ball is coming in. And, you know, you and I can speculate. And that's baby. You know.
2 ball next. Yeah. And there'll be the 6 ball.
And he doesn't want to move the 11 too much.
Well, right. Here's the issue. If you just make a stop, maybe the 11 gets over there when you cut that 6 in there. Then you got to deal with the cue ball clattering into it. So you want to make sure that you got access. You don't want to get tangled up. No problem. Good job.
Okay. Does he go 1 rail at the 12 here?
Well, he doesn't really. He only needs 3, you know.
Yeah.
No,
I
I see what you're saying.
Like just for the next ball.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Just to get on the 13 safely.
Yeah. Could knock it in and bank the 8 pretty easily though, and stun behind the 4. You could do a lot of stuff here. I kind of like the path going at the 12. You may end up shooting jacked up, but it looks very natural. I'm kind of right on the line. But
yeah.
But I don't mind laying up for a bank here either.
I think it's one of these iffy things. I think he does have to manufacture that angle just a little bit. And if you just slip past the 12 and lightly graze the 7, then you don't have a shot.
And getting locked up with your opponent having 2 near the pocket.
Be awful.
No, I think you just float in here, don't you, at the 12?
Okay.
Yeah, like that. You
Right
don't want to hit
12.
it hard. Yeah.
Good shot.
Now he can go forward for a bank.
Yeah. Can't be disappointed about being jacked up because that was always there. That was always part of that shot. And this is still good. It's not pinned to the 7. You can bridge up. And you only have to trickle. You don't have to do anything with the cue ball here.
Yeah, you're just going forward for the 4 or the 8 anyways. So again, you got 2 banks to choose from. You're gonna shoot at 1. You're trying to get all the way to the 4, but it doesn't have to be. He's hit way down though. Nice shot.
This plays really comfortable now because billiard the 8-ball down table simultaneously, just in case you need a little insurance.
Yeah, I don't slow roll this one too much. I mean, the table doesn't seem to be playing well for the slow roll bank
Well, it also
anyways.
wants to
go up a hair.
drift up a little bit maybe at the end. It didn't the last time, but we saw it earlier. And plus, the slow roll doesn't let you billiard the 8-ball down the table as easily.
Yeah.
Now, he's not going to hit it real hard.
No, but committed, let's say. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Clyde's it right at home. Nice shot. 2-0.
Well, just like Filler, he's in a great position when he played Filler up 2-0 and 2 breaks. Same thing here to win the title.
Two great competitors here. Both players own a number of banners here. No doubt we'll have more banners down the road. What's going on here? He's requesting something. Is it whether he can have a...
No, I think he was asking, is the 4-ball rule in play? And I don't think it is yet, correct?
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been 2 hours.
No, it hasn't been 2 hours. No, this hasn't taken that long. Maybe at best an hour in. He's trying to work the clock already.
Well, I think he heard Ed say something.
I see.
And he was thinking that. Yeah, we started our first match of this final between the two at about 6:05 or so like this. So I don't think we're anywhere close to the 2-hour mark here on the second one. Yeah. Fedor, has he won a 1-pocket banner here yet? I know he's won a Banks. He's got 2 Banks. He's got a 9-ball. He's got 2 all-arounds. I think
he did.
He did win a 1-pocket?
I wouldn't swear to it. I think he did.
I wouldn't doubt it. I just not for sure on that one. Well, he's really getting a nice break also.
Yeah, real nice break. Boy, Shane's in trouble here already.
Yeah. And the one thing, when you're playing on a table with, 2 of the best on the planet, but you're on a table that isn't too conducive for the end rail. He's cutting this, by the way. He's going to warp this. This may hit a lot of balls. May hit no balls. Yeah. Well, this could be curtains here. But what I was going to say is, of course, the 2 great players have a little to do with it, but when you're playing on a table that's playing, 4.5-inch pockets with a newish felt, takes away the end rail a lot for getting out of the break. Sometimes you just challenge a guy from the end rail because you don't have much of anything else.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen much of that from anyone this week here on this table. Bit different on the outer tables, I think. Now these are laying a little funny, but if he can get the 12 out quickly, the 14 plays. No bad angle on the 14 besides straight in because you can open other balls. So. Now he can move the 11, get on top of the 12, come around the backside of the pile, I think, right? That's what he's looking at now. And get at that 14 ball that really gets your run going. I think the 14 goes. It does, right, Mark? It goes by the 8 easily, yeah?
It appears to be.
Once the 12's removed. Really hard to get the angle on the 14 to go into the 10, 6, and all that. So you're going to play more of an angle to go into the 13 a little bit. Now, does he have a 3-ball combo this day? 9, 13, 8. It's a little off, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's on.
Well, all right. He's trying to get the premium angle, which is very difficult. Not a lot of room there to fall below the 14. That would be the nice one because you could draw into the 6. That'd knock out the 5, and you could probably just go on ahead and get out. Tell you another one he's got. He could clip the 4-1 rail here also. 7 would go, but this is definitely the right shot. It's got to go a little bit.
He did. Definitely got the 14. I don't know if he's got the premium angle. I think he does.
He's got an angle. I don't know if he'll move the 5 enough, but he's got a little bit of an angle. When he goes into the 6, I'm saying. But it wasn't easy to get that behind angle at all.
No, there was hardly anything there.
That's why I say he could have played from above a little bit for sure and then gone into the 13-9, had the 8
that was the reason to play at the 4 there.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Now
The 5
he has-
did move quite enough.
He's got an angle on the 10.
But if he goes, to play to the pile the other way on the what was that, the 14 ball he just shot? Okay.
Yeah.
Then he can attack the 4 ball previous to that, and that way if he overruns it, so if he chips the 4 going by there, he's good. And if he overruns it, then he's got the angle that was easiest to get on anyway.
Right.
Or now,
What he's seeing is that he's got an angle on this ball, though.
yeah.
I mean, not sure what he's looking at. Thought he had to go forward or into the 13, maybe. Looks like to me if he could go forward between the 13 and 18. Oh, he can get at the 2. Wow.
But getting off of that too, getting
Right English should be okay, though, because you're hitting the backside of the 5. You're not hitting it face on, so the right should take. Ooh,
and it didn't quite.
Yeah, but a lot of times he'll use high right there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like a little more middle, like equator right, kind of like. So.
And what happens there is that the little bit middle, you can get wider out, so you generate more side spin, but you don't get the arc coming forward like so.
Yeah.
But I think he wished he would have used your shot.
The 10, maybe.
No, your shot. I was just saying, I think he wished he would have gone a
Yeah.
little lower on the cue ball, maybe see if it would have grabbed more.
Well,
That's
the
like
equator
the-
grabs the most. That's what I've always
But the
been
problem is
told,
it
yeah.
stuns the ball the other way. So
well, I didn't mean stun, though, but like a rolling ball, even with around the equator. But the problem is when you're close to the 2 like that,
right.
the cue ball doesn't develop. If you're a little further away, you can hit a hair above center on the equator closer, and the ball will develop a little more into a roll. But
Playing the 10 off the 8 here.
yeah, what's the 7 going to do, though? He's
Well,
going to do that
it's-
mildly.
Exactly. He's not playing to score. He's playing to move it over there with control is why.
Yeah.
Keep Big Hoss here in check.
And Shane's going to drop behind a 10, I guess. If you're Fedor
Oof.
Gorst, boy, you really want to get these balls up pretty
This
quick.
is not a fun shot to play from this range, I'll tell you right now.
Just go in
You can
slowly.
scratch, you can scratch. You can
That's
turn
the
around
smart
it.
shot. Just
Yeah.
go into it.
Very good. Yeah, Gorst even recognizes that.
Yeah, but did you notice he also went into it very kindly and slowly? That way, if he happened to miss it, probably wasn't going to get loose and come around the 10.
All right.
Tell you, Gorst has got to really protect here. All these balls are right here in play.
And looks like a wounded buffalo. I mean, Shane's willing to shoot at something here.
What's he doing? Just sliding off the 8. Wow, a lot of movement. A lot of movement. Problem with it is, now I think he got fortunate, but what happens when you move him a lot like that and you have a lead? I think Shane can bank the 15 and double him up on the 5-8, right? So I was going to say you get a lot of double ups, right, when you have a lead, and that double up is exactly what someone who's behind is looking for. So I think I like the 15 going up and trying to double up. The problem is Fedor might cut the 13 because it looks like the cue ball goes right by all those balls maybe. So
He's doing something with the 8 here.
he's trying to cannon into the 5, bringing the 8 across. Like that.
Oh, nice call. Nice call, Jeremy.
And that's why you don't open all those balls
Well,
a second ago.
And look what he did with the 13 here.
Yeah.
He's. Imagine this. Gorst is in trouble here. I mean,
And that all came from giving him options there when he opened all the balls a moment ago. Now, luckily for Gorst, he can get at the 13, so he needs to get below the 7 as best he can. Now here you want to cut it just a hair, but if you cut it too much, you'll get a double kiss with the cue ball in 13.
which would be doom.
Yeah. Oh, he hit it
Good
beautiful.
call.
Really
Good
beautiful.
call, Will.
Really nice. But Shane's going to try and punish him with some distance, I think.
Put the 3 ball in play on his side, 2 cushions, and just go down table. If it hits the 8 here, if you 2 rail into the side pocket, that's really not that bad of a deal.
Yeah, but the free cut on the 6 if you don't get something down, you know what I mean?
Well, he's
Like
he
if
gets
this hits the
down here.
9, see, now he's got a free cut on the 6 to win the game. Not free,
I see.
but you know, not bad. So And maybe not. Maybe.
No, I think it comes with a penalty if you miss this. You could sell out the 4 bank if it gets up above.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to play that.
No, he probably doesn't. I like playing the 9 between the 7-4, going the side rail and dropping below the 7. Looks very natural. He's looking at the 6, though, I think. So he feels like the.
I think everything else is so tough that the 6 is the easiest of the tough.
Yeah.
I
Well, he
think
could
that's what
bank
it
the
is.
6 between the 4 and just drop down below the 7 between the 4-10, but he's going to shoot at it. But like Mark said, this is the problem. You feel like, oh, I just got to get up behind the 15. But when you miss it, the ball, when you don't make it, the path changes.
Yeah, we always factor for us hitting it good, what's the speed, but then when we don't hit it good, then our speed's all messed up. It goes perfect. It goes right behind the 15 when you pocket the 6.
Yeah, well, if you're just going to hit it good and pocket it, don't even worry about the safety anyways. Just knock it on in and cannon into the 15.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do that either. You don't want to bet the game on this shot, do you?
He'll know it real quick.
No.
Yeah.
Man, that's the reason.
Well, Shane's going to go, so he's not dead. He will bank at this 4.
No, if he makes the 4, then he's going to get, at least 4 more balls. 5, 6. He's going to get a few here.
I think.
But it starts with this. He's got to make the 4.
Yeah, and he's got to shoot it, too. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He's down 5-0 in this game.
And with the balls laying like this, if he, say he played safe, there's no future. All the balls are going to be down table. You'll never get this chance to score and get back in the match.
And it went long.
Didn't miss it, yeah. Things did not go Shane's way in this set at all.
No. I wouldn't try to get on the 7 myself, but I mean, it is tight, but I mean, you can cheat this pocket either way if you want. You can roll off the left side. You can draw off the right side-ish. You can do either. Just don't lose the cue ball. Yeah, that like that. Pretty easily.
He can even play this comfortably because maybe part of the pocket is partially impeded, but as a cue ball trick, if you just don't let the cue ball go up the table, even if you slightly miss.
I don't think he'll shoot the 7.
Okay.
I think he'll shoot the 10.
He has the 10. Okay.
I thought he did anyways, but.
Well, it seems like he keeps looking at the 7, like maybe he doesn't have. I don't know.
No, he's shooting the 7, so he likes it.
Well, I think it was that maybe he's partially blocked on the 10 and it doesn't easily get any position, too.
Oh, you hit it nice to the top part. So
Yeah.
1 ball for the win.
Match ball here. Shane taps his cue. Yeah, poor Shane. Nothing you do. Gorst played super good. Shane didn't get many turns to do any damage.
Yeah, he broke real well. He was really never in any pressure the entire time of this match, just simply because of the break.
We genuinely thank everyone for joining us today. This has been an ACCUSTATS video production, the worldwide leader in billiards programming. That is our time for this time. So long.